Hey, what's up, Street Talks? Eric from the Eric from Street Photography blog. So, wanted to give you a funny little behind the scenes peeks of my ghetto studio here in Sydney's mom's house in the suburbs. So, the thing I wanted to talk about is trying to unravel some ideas I have on digital minimalism. So, I did a quick vlog on this before, but I think minimalism is one of these tricky things where I think minimalism is often confounded or confused with simplicity, because there are certain things in life where you make something too minimalist, it actually complicates our life, whereas with simplicity is often very complex and difficult to make something simple. And I think one thing that I've been trying to do in my personal digital life is to simplify things to the maximum, so I have the least amount of distractions in order for me to be most creatively productive. So just from out the top of my head, I just spout out some nonsense about digital minimalism. So the first thing is try to uninstall one app or one program, one superfluous something from your iPad, your phone, your computer a day. And now to me, this is a good exercise because first of all, there's really no downside. You could always reinstall it again if you don't have access to it. And I think, I can't speak for you, but for myself, sometimes I fall into paralysis by analysis when I have too many tools, too many programs on my computer, my laptop, my iPhone, whatever, where I don't know which app to use to produce something. And so the most direct way we could do to creating our art is often the best. So even, for example, I picked up a busted iPhone 6s Plus from my buddy Justin, and took it to Vietnam, got the screen, the home button, the battery fix for only like $100. And I've actually found myself using the iPhone a lot more than using even my iPad, even though the specs on the iPad Pro 10.5 inch are way better. The iPhone is just simpler. It's in my front pocket, and I really love the new Procreate Pocket app. So shout out to the team making that. And so I could just create more visual images. Also, as much as I'm fun, I love the Rico, #Rico Mafia. I've actually been shooting more on the phone. So I got a Xiaomi 9 SE phone from Vietnam. It's a Chinese phone. It's like $350 with my buddy Todd. And it's been the most incredible device camera phone thing possible because it's just simplified my life. I could shoot, I could directly upload, I could select my images, I could process them, I could filter them. And so once again, anything you could do to expedite your creative process, I think is generally a good thing. So to take it back to digital minimalism, things that I've personally also done is I uninstalled Google Photos. So I like the idea of Google Photos. You could back up everything and never lose anything ever again. But the problem is that we essentially become digital hoarders. And I think as a society, we've all determined that hoarding is a bad thing. So I was wondering to myself, why don't we apply this notion of not being digital hoarders to other domains in life? So for example, our digital lives. So one thing that I like to personally do is every single day I try to clear out my desktop and also my downloads folder and empty out my trash. And truth be told, there are some times that I probably deleted some stuff that was actually important, but it's still kind of this nice Zen digital minimalism mindset to just strip away the superfluous and also not worry or think too much about the past artwork you made. Like, I think sometimes we fall sucker to like thinking that, oh, the artwork I create today has to be better than it was in the past. Now, the problem with this sort of thinking is what is better and by which metrics are you really measuring? And I think a lot of people often use social media like Instagram, whatever, as a way to judge their artistic progress. But I feel like this is kind of wasted effort. Rather, upload to arsbeta.com, arsbeta.com, to get honest and real feedback on your photos. And so I think the point is for us to continue to grow, to evolve as photographers, visual artists, and creators. And there's so much complication on the internet. And, there's a lot of talk about like anti-algorithms. And for myself, like I could tell you some things I've done. I deleted my Instagram maybe like 2 years ago with my 60,000 followers. If you're curious who @EricKimPhoto is on Instagram, it's like, I think some magnanimous fan somewhere in the world who's doing that. And on my laptop, I uninstalled all these demetrication apps. I have all the ad blockers, and I even use AdBlock Ultimate, and I right-click certain elements on my browsers to hide certain things. So for example, I'm totally ignorant to how many likes I get on my videos, how many views I get, whatever. And it allows me to stay in this creative focus zone and enjoying creating. And I think actually one random inspiration I got is like Dr. Dre. So Dr. Dre is kind of the closest thing I think we have to like a Zen rapper, producer, mogul, in the sense that apparently all he does is he works out and he produces music. And he just cycles between the two. So if you look at him physically, he's a fucking beast, right? And not only that, but you listen to his music, it's this expression of his soul, his power. And even now I'm trying to, every single day I just try to simplify my life more and more and complicate my life less and less in order for me to, spend more time becoming physically stronger. So going to the gym, doing deadlifts, blah, blah. And also for me to produce more. And I think that, if you think about Zen, Taoism, blah, blah, it's really not about perfection. It's more about this constant striving towards simplification and delight, joy. I think it's kind of like trying to obtain this calm, stoic Zen mentality in order for you to be tranquil but simple and strong, yet in order for you to create more of what you consider your art. And with digital media, especially if you use Facebook or even Gmail, anything by Google, Facebook, Facebook also owns Instagram and WhatsApp. If you use any of these free services, this is my criticism, is it kind of subtly changes your thought patterns in very, very subtle ways, which essentially distracts you from producing more of what you consider artwork. So let me give you an example. You ever wonder why all the notifications are red? On your iPhone, on Facebook, whatever, red is the color of blood. It's probably the most eye-popping thing. And trust me, these companies aren't stupid. They have like visual scientists and neuroscientists from all over the place. And essentially the thing is wired. It's like, imagine Facebook like a crack dealer. He knows what the crack is, social affirmation, and then that's what it feeds us in order for us to be more engaged, for us to look and click on more ads. Now, I don't think this is necessarily evil of Facebook. There's obviously many utilities that use Facebook. It's like a digital Rolodex, good way to tell people about your babies, whatever. But the downside is you're trading your attention, your focus, and your self-esteem for, I guess, having a platform to brag or show off or to stay connected with people's. So essentially what I mean to say is with anything digital, especially if you're using a free service, you're always going to be suckered somewhere. So a simple solution is to pay for your services. For example, I use Dropbox Pro. I think I pay like $10 a month for a terabyte. And it's great because I know that I'm not going to be somehow manipulated anywhere down the line. Whereas like even with Google Photos, I don't know how they're going to try to figure out how to monetize that, but I know I'm going to get suckered somewhere. Also, this is a reason why I think it's actually good to get an iPhone nowadays instead of getting Android, is that Android, Google is just collecting more and more data on you and is selling you subsidized phones. Like even the Google 3A, I think it's an amazing phone, like $400. But still, you're still kind of stuck in that ecosystem in order for you to get sold more ads. Imagine one day you shoot all these photos on your phone, upload them to Google Photos automatically, and then Google knows, Eric likes to photograph Nikes a lot, and therefore you'll see more Nikes in my advertising, whatever. And this is also why I'm trying to stop using Google Maps as much. I'm trying to use Apple Maps, because if Google knows that I always love to go to coffee shops, then it starts to try to sell me more Hario grinders, whatever it may be. And once again, I don't think this is bad or evil behavior, but it just subtly tweaks your behavior, thought patterns. It nudges it in a way that I don't personally like. And so I think that with anything with digital stuff, it's not good or bad. It's just about being self-aware, how it's changing your mind and your psychology. Even this is why I stopped, for the most part, a real problem I consider is like email. So I know that email changes my thought patterns in ways that I really don't like. I'm not able to focus on anything for long periods of time. And also I go to sleep every single night with anxiety, knowing that I have like 1 trillion unread emails that I need to respond to. And so I just kind of gave it up for like a year or two. And that was probably the most creative, productive period that I personally experienced, because I was able to just zen in and minimalize things. So whoever is able to fix the email problem, I think you're going to be really good. And also I feel that us as designers, UX peoples, we should we should try to create products that we would feel comfortable using. I mean, I think it's a very simple thing. If you don't like these algorithms slightly changing your thought patterns, perhaps it's best for us to not create these kind of platforms that also do the same to other people. So for example, I'm not really about the likes and the social affirmation, whatever. So when I designed arsbeta.com, I try to demetricate it as much as possible and only give you the interesting metrics like, honest feedback on your photos and so forth, rather than trying to make it some sort of popularity contest. So like Gandhi said, be the change which you wish to see in the world. And also the silver rule, a la Nassim Taleb, don't do unto others as you don't want others to do unto you. So it's a very simple process of thinking about, also like digital ethics, especially now that AI, machine learning, algorithms are starting to subtly tweak our lives in ways that we might not like. I would say try to opt out of the algorithmic lifestyle. Try to spend more time thinking for yourself. And so maybe we could think about digital minimalism, maybe like digital simplicity, or, free digital thinking, free spiritedness, free souledness, whatever it may be. So I encourage you to think more for yourself, spend less time on social media apps. I mean, a simple solution is just do a digital fast. Take all the social media apps on your phone, like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, blah, blah. Anything that might not be like essential. Even get rid of your work email on your phone. I mean, you could always use a laptop or a desktop when you're at work or at home. Or even better yet, try to go a week without using your phone. Or just keep your phone permanently in airplane mode. One thing I do is I currently actually have two phones. So I have the Xiaomi and the iPhone. I don't have a phone plan on either of those. So I could only use it when I have access to Wi-Fi. And so I get all the upsides of having this digital tablet magical device in my front two pockets, and not the downsides of, getting interrupted from, even using the internet when I'm waiting for the bathroom, whatever it may be. So these are some simple ideas I have on digital minimalism. What are some more of your ideas on simplifying your digital life? Hopefully these tips could help you. I know they've helped me. I'm still in the process of learning and simplifying my life, so I don't think there's any ultimate answer, but every single day, strive to make your digital life and your normal life a little simpler in order for you to be more creatively productive. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Peace out.